Hello! In this video I'll show you how to set up a continuous collection of tweets from Twitter and then have them automatically uploaded to ICS in datasets. Let's start. In the ICS package there are additional applications, and one of them is the Twitter stream collector. So you see that it is a command line application, and we can run it by starting our Anaconda prompt, activating the virtual environment that we have set up earlier, and then we can type the command ICS Twitter uploader. We get an error, and the error comes from the fact that we have not configured the API to access Twitter. So we can have a look at the documentation of the package Twiget that is used by ICS, and if we scroll a bit we see that we need to set up this twiget.conf file in the home directory, and this file must contain in the first line the bearer token that we can get from the Twitter API. So let's see where we have to put our file. So we see that it was looking for the file here, so we can just issue this command to have the directory open, and here we have to create this file, new text document, and then we rename it to .twiget.conf. Yes, change. Then we open it with any editor, and now here we have to put this bearer token, and there is a link here. We follow this link, and this is the documentation about on how to get the bearer token. The first step is to go to the developer portal, have a project. I already have one. Let's move to the keys of the application and generate a bearer token. So this is the actual token. I copy it and I paste it here. I save the file, and we are ready to go. So bearer tokens are tokens that gives access to application to your account, so Twitter account, so they have to be kept secret. And now you see this bearer token is public, but before publishing the video I will revoke here the token, so it will no longer be active and will no longer function, so there is no security issue by doing this. So now we are ready to use the Twitter stream collection application. So if now I run the command, it starts, and it tells me that I have also to log in into the ICS application that is already running, because you need also to have the ICS application running. So I use my credentials to access, and there you can see a list of commands, some information about this command line application, and this is the list of available command. So if I type list, I will get how many registered queries are currently collecting tweets, and none of them are collecting, and also that I am not collecting tweets. So you see that it is saying not collecting, so I have no queries not collecting. I have to create a query. So the command is create. I can ask for help about create, and what tells me is that the command create requires as the first as the first field a tag that will be then converted to a name of a dataset in ICS. So let's say that, for example, we want to create a dataset about information on earthquakes, and so I will call this dataset earthquake, the earthquake dataset, and then I will type my query, and I just want to retrieve any tweet that contains the word earthquake, that is, as the language is English. And also you see this note that tells to add this field to get only original posts and not original tweets and not retweets. So I create this query and I get an ID from the API. So if I list, now I have this query registered, I'm not yet collecting tweets. So if I go and have a look at the dataset in my ICS application, I have the INDB English dataset I show you in previous videos, and then I can start collecting by running the start command. So now I am collecting, and let's see how many tweets I'm going to get. One tweet has been collected, you see, and now I have a new dataset automatically created that contains that tweet. Now the tweets collected are 2, and a few seconds later you see the update in the interface here, and the second collected tweet is shown. So this may take a bit of time to have a sensible amount of tweets collected for this topic. Let's run it in the background, and here we can create another query, for example, one about Bitcoin. So I call the dataset Bitcoin and I search for BTC and I create the query. And then I want to have another query that still fits this dataset, that uses a different terms, a different sequence of terms, such as Bitcoin, in not the short version of the name of the crypto coin, just the long name. So I create these other queries. So now I have 3 queries, one that feeds the dataset earthquake, another one, and then 2 that feed the dataset Bitcoin. And I can go on adding queries, and then if I want to remove some of them, I can issue the command delete, and I can manage all the queries that I'm collecting. And so you see, the collection goes on. You can leave this program running, ICS running, and you can collect tweets and have them available uploaded in real time in ICS. Okay, I wait a bit to have a few tweets collected in this dataset, and the collection process is still going on and will go on as I'm using the application. You see another tweet popped in the dataset. I want to show how to use the ICS to build a classifier live while the collection is still going on. So this is the browser code visualization for my for this earthquake dataset, and so I can browse the tweets as they have been collected in order of publication in time. So these are the tweets, and the idea is that I want to build a classifier that classifies a tweet as a report, such as this one, or not a report. And then we will see if some other information can be of interest and to be classified. So if I want to start building a classifier, I have to create it, because I don't have here a classifier for this dataset, for this topic. So what I'm doing now is to go into a split view and show you both the browse and code interface and the classifier interface, so that you can see how these two interfaces interact live as I use them. So I have to create a classifier. I want to call it earthquake. I already typed this. The idea is that I want to build a single label classifier, so I will put a number of labels, and every time I have to select one and just one label. And so the main label that is relevant to me is report. So if a tweet is like this one, it's a report about an earthquake. And then I will just add a non-relevant label right now, and then we will see if we can do something different, change other labels or change them. So now we have this earthquake classifier, and if I move back to the browse and code interface, you see that now this earthquake classifier is available, and if I click here, I have the possibility to select the label that is relevant for this tweet, and I can start with this tweet. Any tweet is okay, and the suggestion is that it is not relevant, but right now this classifier is a random classifier, because you can see here it has 0 documents labeled for this as examples. So I click that this is a report, and then I click for the next document, and then you can see I can press the right arrow, and I will do this to move to the next documents in a quicker way. Okay, so this other tweet is not relevant. This is not relevant. Not relevant. Relevant. Okay, this is about an earthquake, but it's not a report. Should I create already a new label? Maybe I could say this is on topic, but not a report. So I move back here, another label, and I call this label on topic, and then add it. And right here you can see that I have this new label available, so I can click it and assign it to this document. For any document that I have labeled previously, the assigned label will be not on topic, will be the one that I have clicked, and everything still works. I go on. Okay. This is on topic, well, bit. So you see this tweet gives me some doubts about having created that on topic label. Maybe I should remove it, and I can do it, because this is unobtrusive machine learning, and I have the freedom to do anything I want. So I select delete, I select this, and I delete the label. What happens is that any document that was labeled as on topic is removed as an example for the label for the classifier. Anything else remains the same, and so I can go on. So this is not relevant. This is a report. So you can see right now I have labeled about 107 tweets, and the dataset right now contains 300 tweets, and the last labels I have signed where I was almost always in agreement with the suggestions, so I can consider my classifier to be a good one. And then I can ask for an automatic classification of the whole dataset, so including all the 205 tweets currently missing a human assigned label. So I ask for a classification using the classifier earthquake, and it is a quick process. The dataset is very small. It is already done. I can download the document, the classified data, and I can open with any editor. And so the format is CSV with quotes for multi-line tweets. And if I can search for this string to find all the labels that have been assigned, and you see that those labels says that, for example, this tweet is not relevant, non rel, you see here, and \m means that this has been assigned by the machine, so this is an automatic classification. And in this case, \h, such as here, means that this has been assigned by a human. So you can also know who is the source of the label, if it is human or machine, but you have labels for all the 300 and more tweets that have been downloaded so far. And as long as new tweets are collected by the ICS Twitter uploader, and this process is going on, so the dataset grows. And if you want labels also for the latest tweet you have collected, you just ask for a new classification. So that's all for showing you how you can start by defining which tweets you want to collect, and have them uploaded into an ICS dataset, and then working on them to build a classifier. Bye.